Welcome to the Niagara Railway Museum. The Niagara Railway Museum is located in the former CNR diesel shop at 21 Warren Street in Fort Erie, Ontario. The diesel shop was built in 1951 and closed in 1989. Shown here from left to right, the northernmost track is the heavy repair bay, which would see prime movers, main generators, air compressors, and the like changed out from locomotives. The middle bay features a 90-ton whiting drop table and inspection pits, while the southernmost track on the right-hand side also just features inspection tracks. The Fort Erie shop is one of the only complexes left in Ontario that still has its original sand towers and fueling stands. They are on their original location. They were never removed by the railway. These are the sand towers, the fuel stand pipes as well, with the work platforms which allowed the workers to get on and off locomotives safely without actually climbing up the ladder. When CN shut the shop down in 1989, they basically walked away from it. In the early 90s, they removed all the track leading up to the shop, rendering it landlocked. The building was purchased privately in the late 1990s and was left basically to decay to its current state. In April 2010, the Niagara Railway Museum took over the shop for a period of 20 years and begun cleaning and cutting the brush around the building. We also reconstructed all the track, which is seen outside the doors right now. The middle track currently is only about 110 feet long, but allows us to move our equipment in and out of the door when required. The southern track, which is our longest and our main track right now, is about 200 feet long and allows us to run the track motor car on it, as well as get equipment in and out of the building when it arrives on site. We're looking west. The brick building on the left-hand side is the former yard office, and down in the distance is the former scale. The scale is still in existence and in the ground, and the scale house still has its original walking beam scale. The end of our current track is also visible in the photo right now. We are working with CN to get the track reconnected to the curve seen at the left-hand side of the screen to allow us to bring some of our rail-bound equipment into the shop without having to use a truck. As we look to the north, we see some of the cars waiting to head out to the U.S. on the Norfolk Southern probably later today. The tracks in the foreground are the CN main line to Buffalo. The tracks that have the cars on it in the background are the original Canada Southern, Michigan Central, New York Central line to Stevensville. That is now used just mostly for interchange service to the U.S. As we continue to look around, this area here once again was all brush at one time. We're now looking towards the former roundhouse and turntable area. Museum members have been able to unearth some of the original turntable pit for interpretation when visitors come to visit the site. Part of the roundhouse can also be viewed, which was burned in 1991 by vandals. The only remaining piece of the roundhouse is the former boiler house and is also currently owned by the property owner. It is the Niagara Railway Museum's intention to hopefully acquire that structure one day and use it as a museum. Our next video will show the interior of the shop as it is today, after many months of cleaning, painting, and general clearing out of much debris that was left over by the previous tenant and the current owner.